Hello and welcome to the daily newscast within the United Countries special by the First Ukraine. You can find us at the frequencies available at our website, first28.com. Victoria Zabian is working for you in the studio. Thank you for joining us. Foreign citizens who died during the events on Maidan were awarded on the state level. President of Ukraine Petro Poroshenko gave the titles of Heaven 100 Hero to Belarusian Mikhailo Zhiznievsky and two Georgians, Zurab Hurtsia and David Kipiani. Parents of Mikhailo Zhiznievsky got the award from the hands of Petro Poroshenko personally. Mother told that in Belarus her son is considered as bandit and Nazist. Somebody always tear off Ukrainian flag from his grave. Parents hope that title of Hero of Ukraine will change the attitude to their son on this motherland. Ukrainian president promised to do everything possible to assign this title to killed activists. Now the law does not allow to give this title to foreign citizens, and to change the situation, the appropriate decision of Ukrainian parliament is needed.
He is a real hero. This is such a great honor for me as for the president. And on behalf of all Ukrainian people, I thank you for the feat that made Mikhail. Thank you. For us, that is also an honor. I sincerely wish you that Misha, like an angel from heaven, defend your family and our country from all of the troubles.
1 year ago on this day, students of capital universities organized the first protest action for support of Euro integration. Instead of lectures, they went from Kyiv National University to Maidan Independence Square. One of the first cities which joined to Euromaidan was Ivano-Frankivsk. Dozens of students came to the main square of regional center. They sang songs, spoke to each other and discussed the further sequence of events. 1 year on, they decided to assemble at the Maidan again to recall how everything began.
Student and community activist Mikhailo Dzhugolov found out on the internet appeals to take to the streets. Together with a few friends, they went to the city center. In Vicheva Square, they stayed all night. Activist recalls that in the morning he saw surprised faces of passersby. In their eyes were a little bit of distance, but at the same time they were looking with moral support at us when we, 16 people, walked with Ukrainian and European flags half of the city along the main street. Every day more people were coming to Ivano-Frankivsk Maidan. Small meetings developed into gathering of thousands, recalled Natalia Serban. No one knew what to do. People came, and then gradually, step by step, everything went on way of feelings. Feelings led people to what is going on now in the country. These feelings are conscience and justice. Thousands of activists continued their struggle in Kyiv. After that, the politicians tried to take advantage from Euromaidan. When they came, they said, "Here you have got a chief, and from now you should be under him." And we replied that it would be not like that. And when there appears such resistance, we feel that we are not needed anymore. A year ago, the students demanded integration and tried to overthrow the regime of Yanukovych. They say that they did not expect that it will be able to do it so quickly, and that the price would be paid by many human lives. Yulia Sukharevska, Ilarion Ivanenko, Serhiy Popovich, Olga Tkachenko, First Ukraine.
Once in Ukraine, a Ukrainian movie about events at Maidan Independence Square is released only for 1 day. Producer from Kharkiv, Igor Parfenov, was in the role of scenarist and director. He did not spend not a time for creation of this film. All who worked on this project did not for free. Only the one professional actress was in film, Olena Slusarchuk. The rest of the characters are simple activists of Maidan. World premiere had already happened in Germany. Also, the movie was seen in Poland and France.
It is cinema which was made in real conditions of Maidan. The movie turned to be prophetic. A lot of things happened in real life. Shooting of Heaven 100 was predicted in a week, leading up to real shooting. We want to show this film, of course, on the territory of Ukraine. We are ready to give the right to show it for free, but we don't have any support. I'm sorry, but today I gave flyers personally to people for this screening, which will happen at 7 p.m. This is the only one screening.
Volunteers from Mykolaiv repair damaged tanks which were taken away from Crimea in summer. They take details from plants or tanks which are not usable for repairing. They do not with their own money and by their own efforts. For 2.5 weeks, they repaired 7 vehicles and sent them from Donbass. More 30 tanks are in line to be brought back to life.
Deformed and damaged without engines and electronics, this is the condition of tanks that were given back from Russian to Ukrainian militants who left Crimea. These machines were at Perevalne. Now they are not working, but specialists of Mykolaiv promised to give them a new life. We lifted lever atop of motor transmission part, then put torsional plates instead of broken. We looked over fuel and oil filters originally. That's the first time volunteers are repairing such complex mechanisms. They say that the most important is to know how to hold tools and to have a will. I'm a ship's mechanic, but Militants will explain me everything. Mechanic and driver Vitaly Duchok is one of those who help volunteers in repairing. He served as a tankist in a brigade of Perevalne. After Crimea annexation, he has kept his oath unviolated and went out along with military equipment to the mainland of Ukraine. He's dreaming to operate a tank again. It's a surgical work, but we got it. Volunteers are 80% help with work, as you can see, and also spare parts which are lacking, and tools, so help is very appreciable. Repairs of tanks was organized by coordinator of Ukrainian Center of Volunteers National Project when he saw broken and neglected machines. We tried to repair one tank and succeeded, made 5 and the interest inflamed, so now we are preparing for the full-scale work. They get spare parts from the surge of the Ministry of Defense and factories. Something is taken from tanks that can be repaired. They also make their own contribution and ask people to donate money. 30 machines are waiting to be repaired. Volodymyr Melnik, Victoria Lakezina, Serhiy Osetsky, Alexandra Samoilenko, First Ukraine.
Instead of traffic policeman, universal police officer. The experiment was begun in Donetsk region. For 1 month, function of traffic police will be passed to the patrol service, which will look for security on roads. What is the attitude to innovations of those who will be tagged by them? Details from a journalist next.
The theory is in the morning, the practice is afternoon. This is how 50 traffic police units with workers of patrols and checkpoint services are working in Khmelnytsk. They are in the same subdivision now. The course of retraining will last for a month. The principles of organization and the law of patrol services of police, tactical special training and fire training. Studying these disciplines will give policemen that are enrolled in an experiment a possibility to get themselves acquainted in details with their functional duties. In Khmelnytsk, such police officers will patrol streets and watch for traffic rules to be complied by drivers and pedestrians. United crews will also fix violations of public order and accidents. Earlier, we had to spend more time walking and patrolling because there weren't enough transport and we needed to cover city borders more. For this experiment, city was divided on 6 parts. One patrol unit controls every part. Work of the patrol is controlled on the screen in police department. It lets to react on violations quickly and to be in place of crime as soon as it's possible. If some violations happen by some exact address, which could be found on the map, it will be marked. Operator will find where is the nearest patrol car. Practical stage of the experiment will be continuing during the next year. All advantages and disadvantages will be fixed and then they will be considered in the ministry. Foreign colleagues and experts from the capital city will help with development of reforms. We will resolve the problem with radio stations' dashboard cameras. We need big expenses. This is why it will be decided how and what we can do through the budget and use the help of foreign experts. Since now local authorities will give driving license and register transport, the results of the experiment will be made on the end of February. If the experiment is effective, it will be provided in other cities. Larissa Svetlovska, Alexander Sarychev, Alexandra Samoilenko, First Ukraine.
Ukrainian national dance Hopak in the very heart of Chicago on Thanksgiving Day. Ukrainian dance band Gromovitsa took part in celebratory parade. Media portal of Ukrainian diaspora Vidia reported about this. Among high-risers on the central street of the city, members of the band performed not traditional dance. Frosty weather did not interrupt dancers. The performance was ended with applause of viewers and raised voices. Glory to Ukraine. The heart of the band, Roxana Pilipchak, said they support Ukraine not only by dance. On the eve, they bought warm clothing and armored car for one of Ukrainian battalions on the east of Ukraine for collected money.
We are grateful that there are young boys and girls who give all from themselves in order to help our Ukraine. If we can gather to dance or to gather some funds, that is the least thing we can do. And the most thing to do is to show everyone that we are Ukrainians who live in America, but we love and respect our Ukraine.
It was the United Country newscast by the First Ukraine. You can find more details at our website, first28.com. Victoria Zabiyan was working for you in the studio. We wish you only good news. Take care and goodbye.